Hello everybody, this is Johnny S with another game review. Today we're going to review Wolcen. This is also another hack and slash ARPG game, so it's a top-down perspective. It's not as famous as some other games, but it's nevertheless quite good, so I do recommend it. As an alternative, it has quite some, let's not call them bugs, some, you know, in eccentric mechanics which need to be fine-tuned, let's say. There's an active work in progress, so developers are constantly listening to the player base, and they're getting the feedback, and they're performing more improvements to the game. There was an issue when it first launched, so there were a lot of, let's say, bugs and functional issues. This turned a lot of players off. So if you have a look at the reviews on Steam, it is available for purchase on Steam. I don't remember the price of this game, but it's a one-off purchase. There's mixed reviews, and part of the reason is because when it first got deployed, there were some bugs and some issues with the servers, with connectivity. There was with campaigns, so there were a few people that played the game and they got stuck in certain areas. So these things can be frustrating, I understand, but this is a small game, a small team which has slowly evolved. This initiated from a Kickstarter project, and the original name of Wolcen was Umbra. So that's how it started via a Kickstarter campaign. I think it was like a few people in the team, and slowly they got funds. The people were interested, so obviously they paid. They donated a lot of money, which increased the budget, and they got to a place where they expanded the team, and they were able to deploy the game. It's a very nice game. I do recommend it to everybody. It's not so much for small ages, so for little kids, there is a little bit of a graphic content to it. The whole purpose of the game, just like any ARPG, is you create a character and you build up, leveling up and acquiring different items and increasing your power, killing through mobs and enemies, and progression through the campaign. Once you reach the end game, what is called, basically you run different missions. The interesting part about this game, which is a little bit different to the others, is that you have on your end game, basically you go to the end city, and you have what are called projects. So you slowly build up your city by contributing time and resources, and this helps you unlock specific elements. So it helps you unlock better loot, more currency. In some cases, specific items which are not available without unlocking these specific elements in the town. So that's one integral, interesting component. You can play the game online and offline. At the moment, what we're looking here is the starting screen. So once you start up the game, this is what you're going to be, this is what you're going to have a look at. I can switch to offline mode. At the moment, I only have two characters online. There's a 40 level character, and I have another small level character that I'm beginning. The graphics are very nice, as you can see. So let me spin this guy around. So I'm starting in a bow character. It's very nice. You can make a male and female players, and depends on the weapons that you wield. The animations are really nice. Depending on the weapons that you wield, this will dictate as well what your skills are. So there's no classes to speak, sort of speaking. It depends on how you want to build your character. So when you begin, you just need to make the decision between a male and female character, and you can edit them, add the hair, cosmetic changes on how your character you want to look. Another nice thing about this game is that there's a lot of customization on the looks. Even though it's a top-down ARPG, and in most cases those games that do not focus a lot on looks, like an MMO, for example, this game has a lot of detail. So if you pay attention at my 40 level character at the moment, I have all these look that I have on him as specific items. They are set items, set look of items, so they all match with each other. The weapon, the effects, it's great detail, as you can see. The light bounces and there's a lot of particle effects and everything. So let's select the 40 level character so we don't go from the beginning. There's different game modes you can enable, so you can go through the story mode. I have not finished the story mode. Once this finishes, you can go to Champion of Halls, and this is where you build your city, as I mentioned previously. There's a story mode, difficulty, and normal. Normal is like a balance. The story mode is a little bit more easy, let's say. So, story mode will reduce the character combat encounters, allowing you to focus more on the story. I select normal, and you can have a private game or a public game if you want to play with other players as well. So I'm going to close this, leave the settings as they are, and I'm going to hit play, and it's going to start. There used to be a lot of delays on the servers. So, like I said, there were many functional issues that they had. Most of this have gotten solved. So, if you see, it's going to load quite quickly. In some cases, there were a long time ago. I remember it took 5 minutes to load a stage, and sometimes it crashed. So, there was a lot of problems, obviously. So, once we go inside the game, I'm going to show a little bit the interface. Okay, so it seems as if it's about to load. Be patient. You can, there we go. Okay. So, this is one of the towns. It does take a little bit of time, and another thing which they have not fixed yet is there's graphic poppings, what we call them. So, as you're moving along through the stage, you might see some distant objects pop out, especially when you load stages. So, it is a work in progress, and it will get better. If you're looking for a top-notch, finished, polished product, then I will suggest not to go for Wolcen. I know that it sounds negative, even though I'm making a review and I have played this quite extensively. But if you're if you're going to get bummed out from having different issues, then yeah, do not go. If you have no problem with that and you want to test this game out, then yes, I do recommend it. At the moment now, because the skills have been reset, I do not have the full potential of my character. This character in specific, if you have a look, and we can zoom in quite a bit, so there's very nice graphics. If you can see the light is bouncing off our armor. Uh, you can zoom out as well. There's a lot of nice graphics. The camera is fixed, but as you move along through the stage, you will see. So here, look at the shadows. It's a beautiful game. And it's a shame to see that in some cases, you have problems. So as you move towards, let's say, this area, the camera changed automatically. So you can see that it's visually impressive, the game, and you can control your character here by clicking. It has a cinematic feel to it. Let's go back. The camera should change. Yeah. So it has a nice cinematic feel to it. The effects are nice. At the moment, the way that I'm playing this specific character is with a dagger and a weapon. So he can basically he shoots bullets. Just hold the left mouse button down. He has some skills, which is like the whirlwind, the bladestone, what it's called. He has a movement skill where I dash with my spear out. He has a buff, which gives me a little bit of resource, and now I can use my whirlwind blade. So he spins to a specific location. In comparison with competitive games, I would say there's one area that it still lacks. I know that I mentioned a couple of areas, but this is the truth of the matter. One of the areas that I think personally needs to be fine-tuned a little bit is the responsiveness. There has been a lot of detail and attention put in the animation. In the beginning of the game, it felt very laggy because there was no animation interruptions. So let's say you started to do a specific skill, but then you saw something you want to cancel it. The skill had to finish the animation, and then you were able to cancel it. That created sort of a non-responsiveness to the game. I understand that developers they wanted to make it very appealing, having specific animations. They have improved a lot on this concept, but it still has a laggy feeling to it on some cases. How is this going to affect your gameplay? When you're going to play a ranged character, you will see that it might be a little bit more challenging. A little bit more challenging to place your mouse pointer, get animation, and get the volley to go off. There is a delay, enemies are moving, so you have to aim ahead. There is a little bit of a harder element to it. If you're in melee class and you're just waiting for everybody to come to you, then you just hit around here and you're done. So it's much more simpler. Similarly, if you make a summoner class, that also becomes a little bit more simple. The way that you build your arsenal is by obviously having an inventory with items, and these items have different stats that we have collected. You have your character sheet with your offenses and defenses that you can allocate points. At the moment, we have 390. So at the moment, this has been resetted our progress because there was another upgrade to the game, which means we got all our points back, and we need to put them again to allocate them in order to fix our build. From what I can see, the items are still here, which is good. The passive tree is another aspect of the game. It's called the Gate of Fates, as you can see here. So if we zoom out, it's a unique way of making, fine tuning and creating a build. Basically, there's three different rings and they connect, and you use to spin the wheels in order to enable disable and create your own path from the inside towards the outside. So you start in here, for example, and let's say I want to allocate a point. I'm allocating here. Let's say I want to go up this way. This connects to the outer layer, but instead of going to this tree here, let's say I want to go to this yellow one. So what I do is I select the outer area and I spin this around. Move nodes are pending. Okay, so we have to put these points here. Let's put them. And then I have to spin this. So you select it. And you spin it. And let's say this is the one that I wanted. You can move it across. So you are limited and you do have to strategize on how you go about it. Then you can continue from here. You can actually go, let's say, up this way. And let's say you want to activate this tree here. You can actually either bring the outer ring here, or you can go here and connect directly to it. So let's say this is the only thing that I wanted and not this component here. Then I will just move this across here. If I want both of them, then I will go up this way, and also I will go down this way. So slowly, you enable different points, and this is going to, customize your build, your power, and what type of damages and so forth that you are doing. No, I do not want to save them. Uh, at the moment, we're still going through the campaign, and I think we're at the stage of actually selecting one of these events. This is very similar to the end game component where you're running different operations, as I mentioned previously. Uh, we have the sabotage. Let's see what else we have. Exhibitions, delve deep into the dungeons, quest on enemies, get the rewards. Okay. And we have a mandate. So there's a description here. Eliminate high priority targets. So this is like a more of a boss sort of a thing. A normal map, I think, will be exhibition. We can start the project. This is going to teleport us, so it creates a teleport. There's nice graphic, visual, aesthetic components. So you have loot on the floor. You can pick this up, obviously. I'm not going to because I have limited space. So I'm only choosing to select, some of this high end. If you want to see the items on the floor, you just press Alt, and after a while they will, go off. We're basically hunting a prey, so the hunt begins, and you are supposed to follow this track here. So this is one type of map, and as we start slowly, we get closer and we lock onto a target. You kill the enemy that you're hunting, and this is basically completing the level. Let's see what type of enemies we have. Okay, so let's fight. Okay, so this is what it looks like, and like I said, it has been, it has been fixed quite a bit. It used to be a lot harder to manage. Uh, the graphics are very nice, very good. Like I said, the only negative about this game and the reason why I might discourage someone to purchase it is because of some bugs and some functional issues that it has. Other than that, this is a very very good game, and I would suggest it to anybody that is interested in this genre, just as an alternative to the classics like Path of Exile, Diablo, and so forth. Yeah, that's it. So thanks everybody, and I will bid you good night.